Well, hello there, or I should say, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second edition, the first live version of AM Bolin. And this is something I'm going to start doing on days that I am up this early, on days that we are doing shows. And let's see here. And this is a great opportunity for me to get rid of some of those accounts too. So that works out good. We're going to start doing some of these on the mornings that we have shows that I happen to be up and around and able to do so. I won't guarantee when we're going to do a little preview show on every show that we do, but we're going to try and work in some of the mornings. And today will be one of those mornings. And just to let you know that we will be doing our regular show tonight that will be members only. Members only will be pretty much the rule of the land most of the time, members only. And it'll be members only once the show is over. So if you're going to watch the show live, that's great. If you're going to communicate on the show, you do have to have a membership. And if you're going to watch the show after the live show is over, you have to have a membership. If you want to see the celebrity shows, and we have like 6 or 7 of those coming up in the very near future, getting the dates and times put together. Anthony Scaramucci has been rescheduled for May the 8th. Mark Henry, we're working on dates with his people, should have that by the end of the week. Should have Disco Inferno by the end of the week. John Cena Sr. is already scheduled. I just have to look up his time sometime in early to mid-April. Oh, I guess it'd be mid-April. And various others that we've added. Conan will be coming on. Mr. Anderson, Mr. Kennedy, whatever you know him as. And also Dutch Mantel. And might have been another one or two. I think Matt Morgan has talked about possibly coming on. And so we're going to look at getting those scheduled and the times and dates, everything in the very near future. But they have committed to come on in either mid-April to May to help raise money for the Filipino basketball court. And let's see here. Well, we know who does have no life. We've figured that one out in a hurry. So, and now they get to go make another account. So keep it coming. Mylene's in the house, 7 in the morning in the Philippines. How you doing, Mylene? One of the families that we help. Just sent out some money to Eunice this morning to help her with some feminine hygiene needs that she had going on. So we got her taken care of on that this morning. Her sister needed to go to the doctor over. It's 7 a.m. Michigan, Mike. You see what I deal with. You see what I do. But the AM shows will be a filtering out process to make them make new accounts, more subscribers. They don't realize they actually help make us money when they do that, but whatever. Hey, I can block whatever you can make, so go right ahead, make some more. And it shows you how pathetic the lives are of these people that they have to do at 7 o'clock in the morning. But it's like that when I go to other shows. Oh my God, they cannot wait to have an opportunity to let them know they love me, they're horny for me, and that they still watch me. Even if God knows what they're doing at 7 a.m. in the morning when they watch me. Well, what do you do? And but good to see you, Michigan Mike. I hadn't heard from you in a little bit. I thought you might be back out in Vegas again. I wrote you a brief message this morning to see if everything was okay. And so good to see that. So tonight we will be talking about the Monday Night Raw. I have not watched it all. I've seen over half of it. The half I saw was not too bad. Opening was pretty good. The national championship game went right about as I expected. They were 7.5-point favorites. Jimmy K's up early in the morning. How you doing, Jimmy? But the people will be raising money for this evening because some of the money had to go out today. We didn't have time to wait till tonight because they had needs going on right now. Chenny has a fever. She sent me a picture of how she was doing. I can send some money tomorrow. I'll get fantastic, man. Whenever is good for you is fine with us. Anytime we know what's coming, a lot of times we'll just send the money out early. And I appreciate that. Very kind of you. I know John Paul will probably be helping us out in the near future. The tea maker stepped up last week and helped us out big time when we really needed it. And man, I appreciate you guys. I go to Vegas for 9 days at the end of May. Well, I hope you have dinner with Rico too. I know if you're out there 9 days, he'll find the time to make it happen. So you just let me know. And I think I've already gotten you his phone number. But if I need to get that for you again, we'll do so. He said it was cool that you have it. and we'll make sure that happens. I guess snow is about done up there in Michigan for this time of year. So I think you've been able to put the plow away for the year, or at least you ought to be getting close to it. So these morning AM shows, we're going to keep these in the neighborhood. We'll keep these in the neighborhood of about 8 to 15 minutes, give or take. And yeah, I do tell so many lies. It's hard to keep up with all of them when you've been telling them since birth and you're 64. And what's that book I got? I probably screwed you too. The mostly true stories of, yeah, it's hard to keep up with all. I agree. I do my best. And, but to the people that we've helped this morning, and if they're lies, they'll catch me eventually, right? Shout out to Mylene, who we've helped quite often. We have helped Eunice, obviously, quite often. Chenny, Jen, Jeanette, Joera, Liani, Vanessa. And we're trying to raise money for the little kid that we got the toys for last week. He needs milk, vitamins, a sleeping mat. He's sleeping on a bare floor right now, a concrete floor with a blanket. So I told her we'd work on that. I think it's only like $10 to get him a sleeping mat. His vitamins, milk, and other things that he needs like that are going to run closer to 20 or $30, something like that. But we'll get all the list together tonight. Like I said, we're going to keep these morning shows to probably about 15 minutes or so. Gives everybody a short version to watch that like the shorter versions. Gives the Trolls account an opportunity to make new accounts and get us more subscribers. So we always appreciate that. Yeah, took the plow off the truck. Yep, I figured it might be just about time to put the plow away because you all got snow a lot later up there this year than I thought you were going to get it. Oh, a drink might be. Now I haven't took one yet. One of the lies I've told is I don't even like these. Just a lie. Just making it fit. I also have the cream soda zeros. These are pretty good too. That one's empty though. That's from last night. Starting the day off with a strawberries and cream. I don't think you will ever see Bob Hazelwood, which it's 6 o'clock in the morning for him right now. I don't think you'll ever see Coltrane on these morning shows because it's 4 in the morning for him right now. But Scooby don't care. Scooby don't care. Who are you barking at 7 in the morning? Hey, Choco, work with me. Scooby. They sleep when I sleep. They're awake when I'm awake. It's pretty well. No, I can't say that. They're asleep when I'm awake quite a bit too. And Ruby May's writing me this morning. We're raising transportation and a little rice money for Ruby May. Ruby gets to come home this week. She's got a few extra days off school, so she's going to get to come home today, later tonight. Well, technically tomorrow for her. So when she wakes up, she has a half day of school, and then she gets to come home for the rest of the week. So we're going to raise about 500-600 pesos to get her home, and then a few hundred pesos for rice for the family to have over the weekend. We already paid their rent. The mom does nails and hair for a living as she can get clients. And when things are tough on the neighborhood, she don't get very many clients. So I told her we would always make sure that they had rent and rice. It's not the end of the world to raise enough money to handle that. Some of our Filipino families we help, it gets a little harder. That's where we really need the team effort to help some of these families. Her situation is not that bad. We get Ruby transportation to come home. She drew a real nice picture that we'll probably show on the show later tonight. She not only is she an excellent dancer, very smart girl in school, doing very good in her classes. I think she's got an average of like 93 or 94 on all of her grades across the board. Very good dancer and not a bad singer either. And I did not know, there's Ruby right there. I did not know that Ruby was a bit of an artist as well. And hi, Ruby, my sweet little girl. I got so many of them. And Ruby's the one that also shares a birthday with Dutch Mantel, Jerry the King Lawler, JBL, Eunice, and Chenny. All of them are born on November the 29th. And Ruby's growing up so fast, and she's so talented, and I'm so proud of her. And she tells her school teacher that I am her daddy because her real father has not helped her anything to speak of in many, many years, kind of abandoned her when she was very little, like a baby. And she was always embarrassed to say who her daddy is. And as long as none of them call me grandpa, I'm okay with that. But apparently when you help kids in the Philippines and they identify that you're the person that's helping them, they call you daddy out of respect. It's, so I'm cool with it. I don't care. Just so far, none of them have called me grandpa. So only Choco calls me grandpa. So let's see. Well, because that's my money. That's my private money. Glad to know you watch every show. And boy, these little motherfuckers just have no life whatsoever, do they? So I don't know. What do you do? Keep making your accounts, though. We appreciate it. How deep into this? We'll hang around 5 more minutes, and then we'll be back for the show tonight. Members only. You won't see any trolls on that show because they don't have $3. So because their mommies won't give it to them, or their daddies, or their caretakers in many cases. So what do you do? Once again, we're going to focus. We'll still talk a little bit about post WrestleMania. We will talk about the national championship game, women's and men's. I just found out that the women's national championship game surpassed the largest viewership of any sports event other than an NFL football game, especially playoff games. They had a peak rating of about not a peak rating. They had a rating of close to 19 million viewers. The Final Four, I think, had about 12 million. The national championship game went up to nearly 19 million, and it peaked with over 24 million viewers. Those are big-time NFL playoff numbers. Sometimes even bigger than some NFL playoff games. It is the most watched basketball game, baseball game, NBA, college, doesn't matter, in over 5 years. So that's pretty impressive for the women. I don't know if it was Caitlin Clark and Juju and a couple of others that drew all this attention, but holy shit. It is confirmed that John Calipari, well, it ain't confirmed because Calipari hasn't said it yet. But apparently Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys and Tyson Foods, who are tied into the Arkansas market, are going to be ponying up about $8 million a year to bring John Calipari to Arkansas. We'll talk about that tonight, the reasons why, and who might be the potential placements for John Calipari. They've already had 3 of the Kentucky Wildcats enter the transfer portal. They're bailing out of Kentucky. Could be some rough times there for them. Apparently, the Kentucky job was offered to the UConn coach, Hurley, and apparently Hurley has put out the word, why would I want that job? So, and said he was not interested on top of that. So we'll see how that goes. And what are we, about 13 minutes in? So just a couple more minutes. These AM shows will always be 15 minutes or less, probably somewhere between 8 and 15 minutes. And it'll give me a chance to block a few trolls. We always appreciate that. And this will kind of be the opening trailer for the shows that we're going to do on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and even Saturday nights. I won't always be doing AM shows, but if I'm up and not doing anything else and just watching Morning Joe or whatever, taking care of my dogs, then I don't mind hopping on here for a few minutes to do it. I was going to make them pre-recorded shows, but fuck, it's just as easy to do a live one as it is a pre-recorded. Actually, it's easier, as I found out yesterday. There's a process to go through to schedule a pre-recorded show, and fuck it. For those of you that do that, y'all keep doing it. I much prefer doing the live shows. And so we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Tonight, 9:05 p.m. I'm pretty sure on the, God, I get to clean out a few anyway. At least I get to do that. But that shows you the lack of a life that these subhumans have. They have none. They focus on me and me only. Doing something right? And because if the show was so bad, you just think they wouldn't watch it, wouldn't you? That's what you would think. I know, just blither. It's the same 4 or 5 idiots. One of them has a restraining order against them that was established in England. He's already admitted that he does this shit to people he didn't think would tell me. We have the person out in Sacramento, California that has apparently some mental issues as well. The person in Cleveland that allows all this shit to happen. And, oh, well, and they wonder why I don't like them. I don't know. But do remember, every one of these fucking morons donated to the show, donated a lot. But when they became racist and homophobes and just blithering fucking idiots, I got rid of them. And it's like the hot girlfriend that gets rid of the redneck guy. He can't get over it. And they cannot move on. So until tonight, 9:05 p.m., you won't have these problems tonight because it will be members only. So if you want to enjoy the show, get a membership. And if you just want to watch the show, then just watch. But once the show's over, it goes to members only. Celebrity shows will be going to the $7 tier, which is how you see the celebrity shows. And like I said, we do have a bunch of those coming up. If you don't feel this show is worth $3 a month for now, I guess instead of 12 shows a month, it's going to be closer to 20 when we throw in these AM early morning shows. And if you can't watch them early in the morning, you'll see these little short segments the day of the show. And like I said, I'm not going to do them all the time because on the days I get to sleep in, I will be doing that. But some days I just do not sleep good. I even take sleeping melatonas to help me sleep. And if I get 3 or 4 hours, hell, the other day I slept 6 straight hours and I didn't know what the fuck had happened. It was a miracle. My son sleeps very good. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he can get 8 hours sleep because I sure as fuck don't. So until tonight, 9:05 p.m. Eastern, I'm Kenny the Star Maker Bolin for Bobby Hazelwood, and you will never see him on this show. You will never see the Coltrane on this show. But for them, until tonight, 9:05 p.m. Eastern, I'm the Star Maker. Kenny Podcast saying good morning.